All growing up, I love softball. That's what I spent every single waking minute doing. Whether I was watching the MLB or I had my glove on and I was outside practicing, I just love and still love softball. One tournament in particular will be a defining moment in my life because of how it ended. Here we were battling with another team to have that title. In the very last inning of the game, someone was on third trying to score. I was catching. The ball got hit to third base. She fielded it, threw it to me as the catcher so I could tag the girl trying to score home. She didn't slide like she was supposed to, and she kept on running. And the momentum of her running into me threw off my helmet. I flew backwards, my head hit home plate, I whiplashed and was knocked unconscious. I don't remember that event. That's just what everyone told me what happened. I do remember being in a lot of pain and being really anxious. A week passed and I just had a migraine that wouldn't go away. I was beginning to get really nervous because as the weeks went by, I realized that I kept on forgetting more and more and more until now I don't really remember any of my childhood. The days of sleeping turned into weeks, turned into months, and I wasn't able to get better. I had difficulties even walking because I had no more balance. That lasted for over a year. I was knocked out of softball, I was knocked out of family activities, and I was knocked out of life. I was laying in bed like I did every day because I couldn't even get up. And I remember my head was just pounding in so much pain. I was just thinking, I can't remember who I am. I have no life because my friends don't want to be friends, and the doctor says that I will not graduate high school, I'm not going to go to college, I'm not going to be able to have a life. And at that moment, being all alone, I did contemplate suicide because I was all by myself and I didn't want to be a burden to my parents anymore. I had to figure out a way to get something in my life, some purpose, because at that moment I had none. What brought meaning and purpose back into my life was knowing about my identity. One, as a child of God, that no matter what happened in life, that God loves me. Two, that my family right here on earth loves me. And three, knowing my identity of where I came from. And knowing that what I thought was an insurmountable obstacle in my life, that people who I share the same blood with overcame obstacles even greater. They no longer seemed like I couldn't get over them. The more that I looked into stories from my own blood, my own relatives, and realized that they also had hopes and dreams and they had even bigger obstacles, it suddenly made my obstacles seem a little bit smaller. My great-great-great-grandparents, now their last names are Villa and Taralia, which means Villa means of the village and Taralia means of the land, which means that they didn't have last names. And on their birth certificates, it says that their parents were unknown, which means that their parents, probably when they were newborns, decided to give them up anonymously to the nearby orphanage. And they gave them up, and where they didn't have anybody, they didn't have family, they didn't know who they were, they only had themselves. They probably had memories of their childhood, but they didn't know who their parents were. They had siblings. They didn't know any of that, but they were able to go and have an incredible life. And I thought it was really cool that he became a baker because I love cooking. My memory became the past of all my ancestors instead of just my own past. So I don't know who exactly I am from my past experiences in this life. But here these were two of my ancestors who didn't know who they were either. My memories are lost and they're forgotten, but that's okay. I told my mom after treatment, I'm not a quitter. I had a goal to play collegiate softball. And usually if you take a year off, there's the goal of playing college is done for it. But I said, no, I want to do this. And so I put on a glove for the first time since the injury, and it felt like I had never put on a glove before. I picked up a ball and I had forgotten how to throw. That all of the muscle memory was gone. And so I relearned how to throw, I relearned how to hit, and I got myself to a point where I could play college softball and reach the dream and the goal that I set for myself when I was 11. You can reach any goal you want in life. That I now know for sure. Whatever goal, it might be crazy, you can reach anything. You put your mind to it, you put your dedication to it, and you can reach anything. That's a home run.